One thing I would go on about this though is, at the end of the journey when you put it on, hello and good day, you guys. Well, it is not noon yet, but it already feels like it. The time is 11:50 a.m. and today is December 2nd. Yesterday I had titled the video Defying Reality. Well, it's kind of like when you want to ditch real life shit. But I also say it in a way that, like, even if you would have a long day, you make as much of it positive, like you're on the positive side of things. Here I am at that park again. It was very active here on Thursday morning of last week, and now it is much more like, I don't want to say a ghost town, but rather a ballroom. Look at that I got here anyway, even though sometimes navigation can get so lost, especially when it tries to make me get in from here. I'm like, how am I gonna get in from this spot? I mean, that intersection where I would have to cross through that gate, I'm like, how am I gonna get through that? But everyone screws up. Even Google does. For a sec it can go all out of order, but then it's like, take this exit and that. Sometimes it just stresses you out, especially in the condition that you want to avoid the toll, but Google makes you take the toll. It's like, oh shit. So today's December 2nd, and I am gonna do this No More 2025 Fest kickoff ceremony on the 23rd, which, to be honest, I still don't know how I'm going to do it. This has been an awkward year of my life where it's all the positives, but also all the negatives. What's for sure is I am going to act out as Psycho Vendetta. It's going to be similar to how I've done it last year. It's going to be based on a true story that made a pivotal point in how the year has been, just like I've done last year. Based on that concept, it's going to be the same thing where I do it about one day that has made a big breaking point. It's not going to be like the way I did it the first time at the end of 2019. That was a very rough year of my life. And the following year, to be honest, I didn't want to do that. I had to do it just to show people all the difficulties that we had to endure throughout the year. That's why I had also done No More 2020 Fest. Like, that was not personally about my life. It was about all the bullshit that happened globally. For 2019, though, it was about my life. And also this year, 2025, but I still don't know how the heck I'm gonna get this done. It's like, on one side, it's been a theater of dreams, but on the other side, it has been a street of destroyed hopes. And this is just to put it into words as I'm describing my thoughts of this year, really. But it has been awkward. It has been an awkward as hell year, just like what many of you might have thought about 2016. Now it's 1:31 p.m. and as it turns out, Smokey does have a vet appointment today, and it's crazy how my car is now, until now, beside that truck was the only one parked in this area because of the lawn mowing that is going on. It was more active here 40 minutes ago. About that Quail Hill Park that I've been twice. Is such a good trail whenever I have a chance to go there, because it has rather astonishing views, as well as that Aliso Summit Trail, because I tried going there as well, but that's another one of the things that Google messes up at times on the navigation. In some cases, I would criticize Google into that thinking that when it guides me to make a certain maneuver, but it turns out that's not the right way. But in this case, I'm not gonna criticize Google. It just turns out that when you approach the area, it's like 3 intersections that you're getting into just another neighborhood. And unlike that park that I was about 2 hours ago, you cannot park your vehicle in the right edge of the road. One thing I would go on about this though is, at the end of the journey, when you put it on navigation, it basically ends with like, you're going straight up that hill and you're being guided to park on the right edge of the road, which, as I just said, is illegal to park your car on the right edge of the road at that spot. In many areas that you are inside the neighborhood, but just outside of the compounded areas, there wouldn't be a problem until you get to the area where there's a red curb. Well, even with a printout, it would work. Dude, just wake up. Even with a printout, it would work if you're going on longer journeys, which, oh goodness, as I just said, one guy in a Nissan, which, like, unless if you're stranded, like, that's also one of those spots that's, it's illegal to park your vehicle at the right edge. And the printed version of the Google navigation, like, that's what we tried out while heading to that hotel that we spent the first night, Ellisworth was it, during the time that my mom and I were in Arizona, which kind of makes sense actually, because when it comes to turns in the situation that you're not used to the roads, and like at times that just gets me very, very edgy, like just follow the navigation and make the turn at the moment. If you miss the turn, then there's still another way to get there, like it's not the end of the world. The crazy thing was though that we had to rent a car. It's about a 35 to 40 minutes trip until you get to Ellisworth Hotel. And with the printed copy of the instructions for the navigation, the key thing that you would have to know is the numbers, like in terms of the exit. Some people happen to forget about this so easily, and I say, hey, it's exit 31. I can write exit 31, but when they slow down at exit 35 just to make it right, oh my, like, that is pretty much why I do think that we should have more AI. Well, it's a good day to walk on that trail still. Now the time is 4:54. Just had my drum class, and it's, oh heck. Yeah, you would have guessed it, wouldn't you? Like a big Jenga tower in an earthquake. It's like you set yourself a challenge to put 25 Jenga pieces one on top of another, and when you put the 24th piece in, next thing you know, an earthquake strikes. What the hell? Yeah, it was really like to that extent pretty much. So we got that done. Now it's down to between 8:30 and 10:30 p.m. tomorrow, in which will be the dress rehearsal. So should have the full squad. And Saturday will be the show, which will be at 9. Well, from what I heard, the staff will also
have their band for a 20 to 25 minute time slot, and then we'll get on. But what's for sure is that it'll be the last ones. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a late hour. Like, I would have easily reckoned it would have been an earlier hour if we would have done it at the Stillwater restaurant. God dang it! A couple of shoes out there, but oh my god. It sucks to see it like that. Oh well, either way, I decided to save him like this. Like, that guy must have gone camping, certainly. Right? That guy must have gone camping after dark. He'd be like, why don't we go camping? You know, it did kind of remind me of the story of one of the 8 movies that I watched in the summer when I was in Turkey. I think it was called Genie. Yeah, because it is about like a superstition. Genie book it is, because, you know, it's like a couple of girls that are in the same household. They're reading a book, and one of them, like, they're friends, right? And one of them believes in the curse of a genie, whereas the other one's like, oh, that's just gibberish. Goodness, the hell is that? Like, just after I end that, clip that damn bike. But yeah, I mean, they argue over what one believes to be a curse of a genie. It is crazy. And then in the later scenes, they go to a forest and camp, and from then it just gets so scary. Like, everything turns suspicious. But yeah, it's a Turkish movie, and it was one of those that I watched. I'll be heading back there on the 20th. Well, I'll get there on the 21st. It was a good walk, but now it's getting dark. 5:17. And no, it is not a full moon today, though from what I just found, the next full moon is to be so-called cold moon. That is to be on Thursday, so in 2 days. Last month it was called the super blue moon, something quite like that. And it's, oh goodness, it certainly must suck to have to go through this. Oh, this is kind of funny here. It's either another version of Mr. Different. It's like one guy selling ice cream on the streets. It's as if that guy driving this van would be an ice cream seller. Hey, that would be hilarious. Like, I don't know. It's weirdly, I just have a feeling that I'm like extra prepared for Saturday after going through all that this music season. So, something that I've been thinking over in my head about, you know, since August, I have had this goal where on most days I would go as many different places, make as many new adventures as much as I can. So, in the next couple of weeks, I would like to take it one step further. I'd love to stick with my plan to go to the Nethercutt Car Museum, which has a display amongst antique cars in that Tesla diner. So on a day, like the alternatives, on one day that I'm totally free, I would love to take a nice trip around the park in Oceanside. So I'm going to close it for this vlog. I'll see you guys tomorrow.